Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakah, Kodash. Double honors unto the apostles and the bishops and the elders, the great millstone that rule well through the scriptures. Peace to the 144,000 and the rest of the hopeful elect. I am the brother Chaya from GMS Indianapolis, the branch of Indiana. The original Gary camp is GMS at Will Not Tarry 2. And this will be an in transit. Just want to speak on the riots going on in LA regarding the Northern Kingdom. The so-called Mexicans, right? Judah tribe of Issachar. You so-called Hondurans, Nicaraguans, Guatemalans, Panamanians, Brazilians, all the way down, all right? Central, Latin, and Southern America, all right? You're really finding out who your enemy is, to quote the elder Shavar camp here, all right? We was watching these riots, and what preceded this too, when they raided that restaurant, right? They raided a restaurant and carted some Northern Kingdom off. It was the college, right? I guess the graduation. I don't know if it was a college or a high school, but it was a graduation, and they was carting off and raiding off some parents. All right. There's something going on over there in California, right? Because California has a large concentration of so-called Latinos. All right. California, Texas, Chicago, New York, Florida, right? And they're not the only ones illegal, okay? You got many of these people coming from other countries that's illegal as well. All right? You got many people coming from different parts of Europe that's illegal too. All right? But you people, you Latins, they're making you the face of it. They're making you public enemy number one. And this also includes the Southern Kingdom, which you so-called Negroes, man. All right, you Haitians and you Jamaicans, right? You're dealing with the same thing. And gonna deal with the same thing. And you so-called Negroes. All right? King Alfred plan. Look, we're gonna see King Alfred plan and Rex 84 instituted. See, we coming back. See, around when I first came to the truth, and many years before that, these things was spoke about. The King Alfred plan and the Rex 84, right? King Alfred plan, which states, and just roughly paraphrasing, I got to go back into it. All right, just give you a rough idea of it. Basically about martial law going down to the so-called Negroes neighborhoods and blocking them off. And Rex 84, right, which came a little later, was going to the so-called Latinos. All right. See, like the scripture says, the children of Judah and the children of Ephraim were oppressed together. See, y'all be all about that separation shit. We see you at the workplace, right? A lot of you Latin tribes. I'm about to let me cuss y'all out for a second now, right? You think that colorism shit is inbred in y'all culture, right? La raza, marry white. Right? Encourage your daughters to marry white. Encourage so-called white Edomites. Encourage your sons to do the same. Right? And and I'll say this too. That's a common notion amongst foreigners who decide on coming to another country and trying to better themselves. You're not the only ones that do it. That's a common notion. You damn Nigerians do it too. All right, you East Indians, everybody do it. But the scripture says, surely oppression make a wise man mad. This is part of your goddamn country, stupid. California, that was part of Mexico. Texas, New Mexico, damn near 30 to 40% of the continental United States today. All right, at least about 30. But you a goddamn homeborn slave, man. The scripture said, is Israel a homeborn slave? In Jeremiah, you got no fucking no sense of rulership. You Northern Kingdom, you Southern Kingdom too, but we talking about you Latinos now, and got some nerve, got the gall to look down at the so-called Negroes, man. And y'all all copy them. Everybody copy the Negroes. Everybody hate Judah, but want to be Judah. Y'all come in here, look. See, look, right? We used to, when I was younger, right? You know, I ain't Southern Kingdom, but I grew up Southern Kingdom, right? But when we was younger, you know, Southern Kingdom know how to finesse, know how to shop, know how to make it look like something. So, for the sake of style, growing up, we couldn't afford a lot of the expensive clothes, but we knew how to still look nice, and we would go to places like Value City when they still used to sell clothes. Value over here in the Midwest, you know, people, you know, Chicago, Indiana, y'all know what I'm talking about. All right, Chicago, they had something called Gurney Mills, where you could go and still grab some clothes and look nice for an affordable price. You know, it might be something wrong with it that you can't see, but like the factory rejected it, but you couldn't tell, like a opposite stitching or something like that. And you can get name brand clothes for discounted prices, right? But you TJ Maxx, Burlington, right? Burlington Coat Factory, TJ Maxx, Ross. But now you go in there now. See, back in the day, it was just Southern Kingdom buying the clothes. You go in there now, Northern Kingdom all in there. The shit ran out. You can't find nothing. They getting it all. Them and Levi and Benjamin, all the tribes jock Judah, man. And everybody that get caught up in that, whatever, well, that's what the Lord got for you. See, because this is what it take. This is what it take for you to realize that Esau Edom is El Diablo. All right, well, he's showing you. Revelation 12:12. It says, "For the devil know that he has a short time, therefore is he come down having great wrath." All right? The so-called white man, who's always caught the brunt of his wrath, especially when he couldn't get his way. Remember what Antiochus did? Remember when he tried to go against Egypt? Right? And the Roman legions at that time told him, look, you ain't coming against here. In his anger, he took his anger out on the Israelites. When you read that history in the Maccabees. All right? So he gonna have great wrath on our people. All our people, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And especially if you've been paying attention, look what he did his first term. It was some sort of issue regarding the natives, some sort of issue and some sort of pipeline. It escapes me right now. And he also said in the early 90s that he got more native in him. he got more native in him than Native Americans. That devil said that. Donald Trump, he actually said that. So he's picked the gripe with the Northern Kingdom, the Southern Kingdom, and the Native American, Latinos, Negroes, so-called, right, and so-called natives, right? And this see what they doing. There's gonna be a lot behind this, right? Jacob's trouble. What about you? We know it ain't no such thing as mixed. But what about you ones that's so-called mixed? All right. What about you ones that's how can I say just a whole bunch of things, and you might just look so-called Latin, Hispanic, or whatever. Your English just fine. Your parents not even illegal the way they say, right? See, a lot of things can happen. Well, let me say that a lot of things gonna happen. Jeremiah 30:7, it says, this will be a time that the world has never seen, Jacob's trouble. See, everything that's happening in the earth, this is all Jacob. All right, who is Jacob? Okay, the son of Isaac. All right, Isaac had 2 sons, Jacob and Esau. Jacob had 12 sons, all right, and a daughter. But his 12 sons became the 12 tribes of Israel, on which the promise resides. See, the promise resides on Jacob. And it's too much going on in the world with our people waking up. See, this truth is out there. And you got the Latin tribe, you got the elders over there in California. And you got a large concentration of Latin tribe over there, brothers in the truth. So there ain't no excuse. A lot of them people getting caught up in this. Y'all seen them brothers? Y'all seen them? I was listening to the elder Mike Allah earlier, and where they was where the riots was at. They taught where the riots was at. Well, not all. Where one of them was something. He was speaking about it. They were showing some on camera, and he was like, "Yeah, we taught 5 stores down from that spot right there." So some of y'all seen, right? What is that? Proverbs. It says, "What? You have said at naught all my counsel. You would none of my reproof." Y'all weren't paying attention. Y'all was scoffing. Right? Oh, wait a minute. Mexicans for Trump, right? Latinos for Trump. It was even some low-level Jake had a shirt called Niggas for Trump. He said, "I think we should make Trump king." That shit was funny as hell. But anyway, yeah. You Northern Kingdom. Trump, right? Y'all was for him, y'all voted for him, and why was that? Because a lot of Northern Kingdom tribes have traditional values in a sense, right? You got traditional values. Now a lot of y'all bugged, but for the most part, you believe that a boy is a boy and a girl is a girl. Those different classic institutions, right? And so Trump kind of won y'all over with that and other things, right? Therefore, the scripture says what? Therefore, the shadow of Egypt, the trust in Egypt shall be your shame. Roughly paraphrasing. Don't you feel like a damn idiot now? Don't you? Pardon me. Would you never had a choice or an option any damn way? Whether it was Kamala or Trump, it's all the devil. There's only one answer up out of this, all right? And that's the truth. But back to what I was saying earlier, Ezekiel 38 says what? So I prophesied as I was commanded, and breath came into them. I'm paraphrasing it, and they stood on their feet, an exceeding great army. And there's another scripture, it might be that same chapter, says, and fear fell upon them that laid eyes on them. So this truth is scaring Esau Edom. Our people waking up all the way. I noticed that Ezekiel 38 said the breath. All right. The breath is what gives you animation. It's what gives you force. It's what gives you life. See, when people die, what they say, he took his last breath, right? Because the spirit has left him. The scripture says, with the words I speak, they are spirit and they are life. See, them Latinos, let me not forget, a lot of them agent provocateurs as well. Pressure from above and pressure from beneath. Esau Edom to quote Eustace Mullins, these people are not particularly smart. They just got a blueprint that they just keep running. Hell, if you playing basketball, right, and somebody can't guard you, you got this move. You keep wearing them out with it. Hell, wear them out in the game. Shit. Football, same thing. You run you got the burners. They can't catch you. You're a wide receiver. Run the flat. Shit, run the fade. And you burnt them. And that's how Esau doing with you people. Y'all can't keep burning your ass with the same move. But see, those who have awoken, he can't get them. All right? The scripture says, Isaiah 32, the heart of the rash shall understand knowledge, and the lips of stammerers shall speak plainly. So, and roughly paraphrasing that scripture. So we got a different spirit. When you come into the truth, you get a different spirit. All right? You have a spirit of understanding. Remember what was told to Saul, you shall go with the company of prophets, and thy heart shall be changed to another meaning. You're going to be changed to something else.